The Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra is just a few months away from making its grand debut, but honestly, how it'll actually look has been a bit of a mystery. Well, that's changed. After a bunch of chatter and mixed opinions from some well-known leakers, we finally have a clearer picture of what to expect from this phone. So, last month, a leaker shared some renders of the S25 Ultra. This particular leaker usually has a pretty good track record with Samsung's flagship designs, but sometimes the info isn't spot on. That's where another leaker, Ice Universe, comes in. He's been vocal about the camera module, even sharing his own take on it. But here's the catch. None of these renders are 100% reliable. Both leakers based their predictions on these images, and Ice Universe even posted a case for the S25 Ultra, showing that the gap between the camera lenses is quite a bit smaller compared to the S24 Ultra. This hint suggests some potential changes in the camera ring design. In a recent tweet, Ice Universe admitted that his version wasn't completely accurate and confirmed that the camera rings are indeed real. But here's the twist. They won't look exactly like those on the Z Fold 6. Instead, we might see something more along the lines of the camera rings on the Galaxy Tab S10 Ultra, which are known for their premium vibe. So, which style do you dig the most? The S24 Ultra, the Z Fold 6, or the Tab S10 Ultra? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. But that's not all that's changing with the S25 Ultra's design. After 3 years of those sharp corners, Samsung is switching things up and going for a more rounded look. So, while the S25 Ultra will still have a bit of a boxy feel, especially when compared to its siblings, it's definitely leaning toward a softer design overall. If you're a fan of a complete boxy look, you might miss that, but there's a silver lining. This new design helps Samsung achieve some cool milestones that might give you a better user experience. With those rounded corners being reduced, we're looking at super slim bezels, similar to what you see on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. It's going to be slimmer than ever, and all these design tweaks are confirmed to lead to a lighter device too. Plus, it's not just about looks. The S25 Ultra is packed with a ton of upgrades, which you can check out more in our channel. Meanwhile, it looks like the Galaxy S25 FE is shaping up to be a super sleek device. There's been some buzz around it, and from what we've heard, it's going to run on the Dimensity 9400 chip instead of the Exynos 2500 or a tweaked version of it. This change is pretty exciting because it means we can expect some serious performance upgrades. Plus, a report from South Korea hints that this new model is going to be way slimmer compared to the last one. Now here's the scoop. Samsung has managed to trim down the thickness of the S25 FE by fitting in a bigger but thinner battery. That's right. To make room for this larger battery, they'll have to rethink the layout of the other components inside the phone. For a little context, the Galaxy S24 FE is about 8mm thick, weighs in at 213 grams, and sports a 6.7-inch display with a 19.5 by 9 aspect ratio. It packs a decent 4700 mAh battery, which is an upgrade from the 4000 mAh found in the Galaxy S24. While there are some cool high-density silicon carbon anode batteries out there that can be slimmer than the usual graphite ones, while offering the same capacity, there's no word yet on whether Samsung will go that route. That said, the S25 FE is also expected to come with a 6.7-inch display, just like its predecessor. As for when we can expect this phone to drop, it's rumored to launch sometime in the latter half of next year. Right now, we don't have a ton of details about the upcoming FE model, but looking at the S24 FE gives us a pretty good idea of what's on the horizon. The design is expected to be quite similar to the Galaxy S24, and it will definitely keep the IP68 rating, meaning it'll be dust-proof and water-resistant. When it comes to the cameras, the new FE model is likely to feature a setup that's pretty close to the base model, with only a slight drop in resolution for the 3x telephoto lens. It'll be 8 megapixel instead of 10 megapixel. And one more thing, the Galaxy S24 is actually a bit slimmer at 7.6mm, making it feel more compact and lightweight. While Samsung has upped the display size of its FE devices from 6.4 inches to 6.7 inches this year, trimming down the thickness could be a way to make the S25 FE more comparable to the flagship models in that regard. So, what are you guys hoping to see from the upcoming Galaxy S25 lineup? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and if you want more updates, be sure to check out our channel. Alright, folks, let's dive into the full specs, design details, and expected pricing of the upcoming Samsung Galaxy S25 series to help you figure out which one might be your next smartphone. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any updates. We've got a lot to cover. First up, the standard Galaxy S25. The Galaxy S25 is set to rock a 6.36-inch dynamic AMOLED display. This screen isn't just pretty to look at, it promises improvements in brightness and color accuracy that will really make your content pop. You'll get a 120Hz refresh rate along with HDR10 Plus support and a sharp resolution of 1080 by 2340. Plus, it's all protected by Gorilla Glass Victus 3. So, durability is key. For selfies, you've got a 12-megapixel punch-hole camera up front, while the rear features a triple camera setup, including wide, ultra-wide, and telephoto lenses. The exact sensors are still under wraps, but we can expect some solid photography capabilities. Under the hood, the S25 will be powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 in the US, while global models will have the Exynos 2500 or MediaTek chipsets. You can choose between 12 gigs of RAM and storage options, ranging from 128 gigs up to 1 terabyte, all using speedy UFS 4 technology. This beauty is equipped with a 4100 mAh battery that supports 45-watt fast charging. And yes, it'll come with all the modern connectivity options you need: 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, Wi-Fi 7, and ultra-wideband support. It's launching with One UI 7, based on Android 15, and is expected to hit shelves starting at around $800 in January 2025. Next up, the Galaxy S25 Plus. Moving on to the Galaxy S25 Plus, this model features a larger 6.7-inch dynamic AMOLED display with the same fantastic brightness and color improvements. You'll also enjoy a 120Hz refresh rate with HDR10 Plus and a resolution of 1440 by 3120, all wrapped up in Gorilla Glass Victus 3 for extra protection. Selfie lovers will still get that 12-megapixel punch-hole camera, and the rear camera setup mirrors the S25 with wide, ultra-wide, and telephoto lenses, though we're still waiting on specifics for the sensors. This one's also powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 in the US and Exynos 2500 or MediaTek chipsets globally. You'll get 12 gigs of RAM with storage options of 256 or 512 gigs, again using UFS 4 technology. The battery gets a boost to 4900 mAh battery that supports 45-watt fast charging, and all the connectivity goodies like 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, Wi-Fi 7, and ultra-wideband support. It's launching with One UI 7 on Android 15 and is expected to start around $1,100 in January 2025. Now, let's talk about the star of the show, the Galaxy S25 Ultra. This powerhouse will feature a 6.9-inch dynamic AMOLED display with the same stellar improvements in brightness and color accuracy. It also boasts a 120Hz refresh rate, HDR10 Plus, and a stunning resolution of 1440 by 3120, all shielded by Gorilla Glass Armor 2. For selfies, we're expecting a 12-megapixel camera, with some exciting rumors hinting at it possibly being the first S-series phone to have an under-panel camera. On the rear, you'll get a quad camera setup that includes wide, ultra-wide, telephoto, and a periscope lens. Again, specific sensors are yet to be revealed, but we might get a new 50-megapixel ultra-wide lens. This flagship will be powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 across all regions, and will come with 12 gigs of RAM, and this time you might also get to see a new 16 gigs variant and storage options of up to a whopping 1 terabyte, all utilizing UFS 4 technology. The battery here is a robust 5000 mAh battery that supports 45-watt fast charging. As with its siblings, it will support 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, Wi-Fi 7, and ultra-wideband, and it's set to launch with One UI 7, based on Android 15. The starting price? Expect around $1,300 in January 2025. Overall, the Galaxy S25 series looks promising, with some familiar elements from its predecessor, but also exciting enhancements, especially with the Ultra model. The exclusive Snapdragon release means we should see some solid performance improvements across the board. The new design of the S25 Ultra is a refreshing change, especially since previous models had a similar look for a while. Plus, there's a lot of focus on AI, with a collaboration between Samsung and Google, which means we can expect some cool new features at launch. While those of you rocking an S24 might not feel the urge to rush out and upgrade, anyone with an older S model or those considering their first Samsung phone will find these devices very appealing. The launch is still a bit away, but we can expect plenty more leaks as January approaches, and I'll be here to share them as soon as they pop up. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing in the future.